on video yet? Let me see. I'm gonna share. All right, guys. Looks like we're live. I don't have the what you call it up just yet, but I'm going to share my desktop and we can get this party started. I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. I can't see the chat just yet. I'll pull that up in a quick second. I was eating dinner with my kids and totally got caught in the zone. Where are we now? It's me and CT. I'm going to pull this over in the corner so you can see us. And then navigate to the page so I can see you guys in chat. So hopefully y'all had a pretty good week. Tell you a couple jokes right quick. Tell you a joke. Tell me if you can name the movie or you can name the character. The character. Here it goes. The name of the character. Name the character of the movie. Hey, wait a minute. Listen up. There's a guy, he enters into a restaurant. He goes to the restaurant and he's saying, hey waiter, come over here, taste the soup. And the waiter says, what's wrong? Is it too hot? I say, no, come taste the soup. He's like, what's wrong? Is it too cold? Taste the soup. The waiter says, okay, I'll taste the soup. Where's the spoon? Aha. That's so funny.
Coming to America.
Yeah, that's the guy. It's Saul from Coming to America. So, great movie, by the way. Can't wait to see Coming to America 2. And we have a good chance to catch up and see where those guys, what's happening. We're going to give you an update today on a few things as it relates to the project. A lot of good things we made some progress on. A couple things where and it's, for the most part, it's like 2 or 3 of us really pushing. Haven't had anybody really come on and want to participate and just say, hey, let us do some work. Come on, you got to get in touch with me. Contact me on keybase.io. Send a note to me on LinkedIn, which some of you have, and I answer your questions. But then get involved, guys, because we're really we're moving forward, and that's a good thing. And watch, but we could go much faster if we have a lot of you guys participating and helping us out at the same time. Let me turn down, get one of these things out of the way. I'm going to take this video and I'm going to say laptop camera. That will disappear. Desktop 1, desktop 2. There it is. Okay, now we're live, and I'm going to pull what's up in the chat. Yeah, I see my brother there. All right, so we go. We're going to give an update on today's stream here. It won't take too long. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if you can't hear me, and we'll work it out, or we'll get it worked out. Took us like 2 hours last time, but we're here. Not the most punctual, but when I'm here, I'm here. Appreciate you guys sticking around for us. LPC, we are going to cover today the LPC LGS swap closeout. No, we got some concerns there. We have resolved most of those issues. Colin will speak to that for the most part. Then we'll talk about the Stellar XML integration both into the platform and talk about some of the issues where we had some minor trip-ups. But for the most part, we're pushing along, and then the white paper release. Haven't made a lot of progress there, but we are still churning out the paper. So before we get started, go ahead and give us a quick thumbs up. Click the little subscribe button. Share it with your friends, because we're going to start pushing over these next few days, man. We put the nice little logo in the corner. I'm still trying to round out my video skills, but for the most part, we're getting better and better. So, with that said, let me go ahead. I don't see anyone saying that they're having issues with the audio, so I think that's great. All right, the first thing is the LPC LGS swap out closeout. So I'll turn that over to Colin, and then come back over to me, and then I'll cover the other 2 issues.
Great, so thanks, Damon. I do hope everybody's having a great holiday season. I think no matter where you are in the world, you'll be having some sort of holiday season the next few weeks. So have a great, I won't say Christmas, but have a great holiday season coming up. You know, guys, we're heading toward the end of 2019, and for us here, this has been a very tremendous year. This year, we made that very smart, logical decision to go forward with XChainz and leave out from LGS and LPC. So let's talk a moment about the final closeout activities. Now, I want to start by saying that we did have a pretty severe, pretty impactful blockchain or block issue in, I would say, mid to late August. During the, or right before the swap, we did have a situation where our seed nodes were removed from one of the previous ex-founders. This removal of the nodes caused a break in the chain, which resulted in transactions being lost. Right? Now, I'm not going to break down to the technical background of that, but what the result was, we had a handful of users. I think we had about 500 owners, LGS owners overall. Of those 500, we had about 20 or so that had issues with their LGS being lost during this break time. So during this time of where the chain was sort of broken, any transactions that were submitted were accepted, but they were also lost. So during the swap, I met with almost each individual owner to resolve their issues. We did make sure we still honored their full swap to XCZ and whatnot. Now we do have some owners and some exchanges that we're still working to resolve the issues. But we want to make sure that we're being very transparent in what took place. There were some requests for us to replace the lost LGS, and this is something that we cannot do, and primarily because we don't have any LGS to give. So we tried to make up that delta with XCZ as well. So if you are part of that group, the small group who did get impacted, and you have not communicated with me as yet, you need to do that as soon as possible. And here's why. At the end of this year, I want to say actually 1 weekend into 2020, I think the first week of 2020, we will have totally divested away from LGS and LPC. What that means is for your XChainz wallet, your web wallet, we will be removing LGS and LPC. So right now you have about 30 days to remove those two coins from the XChainz wallet, and at that point you're free to do with those two coins what you wish. We really can't give you any advice on what to do on open market, but if you're in the community and if you're a cryptocurrency person, you know what you can do. You know what your options are. So once again, you do have approximately 30 days to remove the LPC LGS from the XChainz web wallet. I do also believe it will be, yes, so it's not a part of the desktop wallet. So once again, only the web wallet. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up the LGS LPC swap to XCZ. This past 6 months has been very exciting. We had a very smooth transition in most cases. Again, we had a few open issues to reconcile, and we are working through those. Again, you guys have all my contact information. If you need to contact me regarding the swap, please do so. Damon, any questions in the chat before we move on?
No, I don't have any questions. I'm looking at the chat right now, and I do see only have a King Cyrus made a comment, you made a comment, and then Apocalypse 23 came in and said, "Hey, I'm late, but I'm alive." We were late, but we're alive too, so we're in the same boat, bruh. Thanks for coming in. No questions.
Okay, so for those of you who have downloaded this or watching on replay, again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. Thank you.
Okay, definitely appreciate you coming in, Colin, and giving us a quick update on the LPC LGS swap closeout. At a high-level summary, the chain was broken by the removal of the seed nodes by a previous co-founder of the LGS project. Transactions no longer working. The chain doesn't work properly, screwing up some transactions, but we're going to be working out the details with some members who were affected by that. At the same time, we're going to remove both LPC and LGS from the platform That is the XChainz online web wallet platform in about 30 days. So you got about to the end of the year, guys. Coming into the new year, LPC LGS will no longer be on the platform. So, and I think it's a good move. So we totally focus all of our attention, all of our effort, all of our drive towards making XChainz the best project that we can make it, given the team that we have. So we're kind of light on effort, so we're recruiting folks. If you want to come on and help us out, let us know. Either doing some webinars or working on the platform, or helping us on Stellar as well, or the exchange, or helping us to begin to program some smart contracts, or begin to experiment in some ways, because we're really beginning to move in the right direction. So with that said, I'm going to move on to the next topic in the webinar today, which is the Stellar integration. As you can see, we're on the screen here. We are on the test network of Stellar. And Stellar, as you may or may not know, it's the number 10 blockchain project, according to CoinMarketCap. I think it's like 1.2, 1.3 billion in its market cap, and they are encouraging projects to come on to its platform. A lot of Ethereum projects, because of the issues that Ethereum is having with scaling issues, they're moving away from Ethereum, and then they're moving on to Stellar. And I began to investigate a lot of different platforms, even when we were going through our fork process. I'm like, where could our ultimate home be? So I thought about individual chain, thought about going on to Ethereum, going on to a few other projects, not as well known, but yet someplace where we could begin to build out our infrastructure. And that's a process that we're continuously going through. But it's a case after we launched, we did the fork, we made the distribution out to team members, and I began to become a little bit more savvier on using Stellar. So I decided to go ahead and launch a one-to-one token match to the XChainz platform. So now you'll see in the long-term vision, you guys, when you log on to the XChainz platform, you will say have your XChainz there, and at the same time you will also have a corresponding match of XChainz on the Stellar exchange as well. So if you want to buy, sell, trade XChainz for Bitcoin, or for Stellar, or for any other currency that we build bridges to, that's on the Stellar network, or you find a trust line that you can establish, you can trade your XChainz or any other currencies that you have on the network. And Stellar, I think, is really, really nice in terms of its capabilities, because it has a built-in decentralized exchange. So immediately once we roll out from the testnet, where you see where we are right now, and then once we're on to mainnet, then you'll have the decentralized exchange capability. So I went and I did some trading on the mainnet using an application called Keybase. And with Keybase, it's a great exchange, a great application, and we will integrate into Keybase as well. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. It's an application that I think most of you guys should be able to use and get used to. Where right now we only have 12 members on the XChainz platform. I'm going to turn my, let me see. Yeah, so this is the XChainz group. So similar to the application of similar to Telegram, where you can chat with members within the Telegram group, or like within Signal, where you can have secure chat. I encourage everyone to use keybase.io, keybase.io, and that's where we will have official communication. I'm going to put it down in the chat as well, keybase.io. Once you're on Keybase, join the XChainz group. I'll be putting out a lot of information on like the integration onto the Stellar platform on it as well. So let me take a quick dive into Stellar so you guys can have a sense of what's to come once we're on that platform. What I did is, and you'll see this reflected on mainnet once we push to mainnet in the next 3 to 6 weeks. And once we're on to mainnet and you're able to send currency back and forth on Stellar's network, you will also have access to its smart contracting capabilities. So anybody can build smart contracting capabilities using Stellar and XChainz. At the same time, you'll also have the decentralized exchange. So what you see here, guys, on the test network is we have a 42 million supply, and this is the first transaction was on the 21st. Trust lines, this is how many different accounts or how many different wallets are connected to this this anchor for this particular asset. In this case, the asset is XChainz. So in total payments, 3,846. What happened, or well, what had happened was, it's the case that I built a robot. So I built the bot to generate all 2,712 accounts. Those accounts, I funded those accounts. So I did like a drop to all 2,700 accounts. And then I started to change or trade funds from XCZ and Stellar. So now I'm pretending like there are people actually trading on the network to see what it's like once we move there. What we have here, you'll see information around like its current price, put it at 51 cents. And at overall trading volume, last trading volume was $6,771. So now I'm attempting to understand using the robot that I put onto the test network to look at all the functionality and the capability of the platform. This is metadata that's coming from our website. That's web. What is it? Web. It's like web2xchainz.io. It's the case. This is the information that's needed for exchanges. So if exchanges will want to list us, they can immediately list us from the Stellar platform. We don't have to apply to different exchanges. All of the information is here on this particular site, and we have metadata that's in a TOML file that the exchange can actually list and pull us on. Hey, what's up, Jim? You jumped into the chat. I see you, man. How you doing, bruh? So what I did here, you can see current price, got some of the volatility information, nice little chart, so you can log on and see the statistics around our particular project on the Stellar platform. So I created some accounts, and this was on the 22nd, and then I ran the robot a little bit more, and then got up to almost like 1,200 accounts. And then I ran it a little bit more and got us up to like 2,700 accounts. And that's reflected, as I mentioned here, on the number of trust lines that we have. And then I started trading using the robots. I'm having them buy and sell from each other just to make sure that we are able to do that on the exchange. Here's the vision. The vision is through the XChainz platform, so .xchainz.io. Once you log on to XChainz, you guys would want to begin to go and you guys can trade on the XChainz platform. That's the vision. The ultimate vision is you guys can log on to XChainz and say, okay, I want to sell my XChainz for Stellar, or I want to buy XChainz using Stellar. So that's really like the first line that we're going to have. We're going to change out, and you want to be able to buy and sell Stellar on our platform, buy and sell XChainz on our platform. So you can log on to the mobile app, and then you can just change all in one application. So log on to the XChainz platform, and you'll be able to trade, buy, sell, trade Stellar for XChainz. And then at some point, I'll be adding USD, I'll be adding Bitcoin, and I'll be adding the other projects as well. So you can stay onto the XChainz platform. I'll add back staking, so you'll be able to stake onto the XChainz platform. But it's one step at a time, guys, and I want to be able to keep you guys informed. And this is the best way to do it, the webinars, because I really do think we're in a great position today with the progress that we've made. So as you can see here, like the payments, and you can track. So this is much better than an actual Explorer, because everything is in one nice interface. You can look at all the payments that have been made. Here's like the payments that we had the bot trading back and forth as well. And some of the offers to buy and sell here. So you could track transactions on the Stellar network. And I think this is, once again, this is a great progress that we've made. You can look at the actual trades themselves. look at the volume, what happened on particular days. But we're chugging away. I do appreciate Jim saying great, keep chipping away, and that's what we're doing, man. We went down. Some folks thought we were out. Some folks, we even got a note last week to say this scam is still going. Yes, the scam is still going, if you want to call it that. But we're much more than that at this point. We're building out our training, our assessment, and our coaching and consultation platform. So back to where we are now, we can look at the order book, what orders are actually in place. Then you can look at the trust lines, how many different accounts are linked to the XChainz project, and then what limits are placed on it. So right now, I'm giving out, having us issue limits where you can put 10,000 XChainz on for each trust line. So you're thinking about trading on a platform, it's 10,000. We'll put out a vote at some point in time if folks want to raise that limit or lower that limit, we'll be able to do that. But right now we're going to set it at 10,000. And then we can look at also like the asset holders. So this is, like I said, exactly like an Explorer, where you can see, okay, where's all the XChainz? What does distribution look like as well? And we, like I mentioned before, I created a robot to create all of these transactions, so I first can definitely understand and then begin to explain it to you guys. But as I mentioned before, you can go to this website, and we'll put it in the description, so you could begin to learn what our future home looks like on the Stellar network, which will be one of the main networks in which we'll be doing trading. We'll be building applications using some of the smart contracting capabilities on it as well, and actually being able to trade not only cryptocurrency but also other digital assets. So if somebody wants to trade or buy like a blockchain based say diploma or training application or some credentials, buy a digital asset, you'll be able to purchase on the Stellar network. We could establish a link to that particular asset so you can trade back and forth, buy, sell, trade that digital asset, which doesn't necessarily have to be a currency. It can be like a credential. If you made something and it's in an electronic form, we could register it on our blockchain, have it actually sit within the Keybase.io app, and then begin to move forward from there. But this is a great start, and I like where we are. And this is a nice little interface for analytics. So check it out. I'll put it in the description below, and then we could move forward from here. Let me see if I can copy this. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna put it right down here. Throw it in the chat. There you go. So you guys could actually go to that site if you wanted to, and then check out our project. So let me pause to see if there are any questions right now. Okay, that seems pretty much straightforward. We don't have any questions. We'll go down, and the last but not least is the white paper. One of the issues that we had in actually, because I'm working on two things at the same time. Colin has done work in writing out his section of the white paper. Niraj, he's still pushing for it on his section, and I'm pushing for it on my section as well. But at the same time, in addition to Dr. Davis, we're getting our platform squared away so we could have be able to trade on Stellar and be able to interact on the Stellar platform. So we ran into some issues on our Federation server. So what we decided to do, and what a Federation server does, is think about having an email address, like admin at XChainz.io. What I could do is I could send funds from the admin.xchainz.io to anybody on the Stellar network using their email-like address. So, for instance, I created an account on our Federation service. So right now we're using a service. Initially we tried to build it out on our platform itself, and we're still having some issues, and we're trying to work it out. That's why the website is a little tricky right now. We're working on that like 24/7, trying to get that squared away. But what we were able to do is we are able to successfully integrate into a Federation service. And with this federation service, you got to have security almost like the levels of bank would turn, like SSL, and the communications there with all of the intermediate links to an issuing SSL authority. So we were able to get that going, and here's a nice little example testing our federation. So I do have an account called XChainz.keybase.io that's on Keybase, and I also have an account. For instance, I'm going to check Keybase to see if their federation server is working correctly. So it's going to resolve to keybase.io and pull up the account that's associated with Keybase. So now just think about any other company as well that has some email-like stellar address instead of this very long numbers and letters. So it verified that it's the case that yes, there is an account called Xanthix on keybase.io. But we did the same thing as well for our website, web.02.exchange.io. So now we tested on ours with using this service, and it's the case, yes, we do have an account, and as you guys can see, this is information that links back to the Stellar network for the testnet. It provides information around sending memos as well. I put in this one, this is a source account. The memo type is a text. Here's the address to the XChainz, and then as well, here's the Stellar address here. It is Xanthix times web-02@xchainz.io. So it'll be the case, and within the application, we could send to anybody on the Stellar network using their federated ID. In this case, the very memorable combination of names, multiplication sign, and the domain itself. Ultimately, we're going to move from the web.02 to XChainz because we're still in beta. We're still building this out. So I think it's great that we're in the position now where we have a federation service. Long term, we're going to build out our own federation server and look at for instance, our TOML file. I think I can take you guys there without getting into trouble. Let's see. If I back this up. Web.02-02.exchange.io and put well-known stellar. Yeah. So this is our TOML file. So this is the file that we use to communicate with the Stellar network and is able to give information about our project. So this is what people will use to determine whether they'll list on whether they would list our project on Exchange. The more information that you give, the higher the likelihood you're likely to be placed. So this is our federation service, as you can see. Here's the principles. I put myself down first, but we can add others as well. And here's the currency that's on the test network. Here's the code, XCZ test. Here's the issuer. You can look that address up on the Stellar network. And then it gives information around the project. XChainz, it gives a description, a nice little image that you can point to, and then at the same time, the other currency. Another vision as well is being able to place other projects on our XChainz application or XChainz app. So if they're on the XChainz project, then in this case, all they have to do is just log on to the XChainz platform and then be able to trade in any currency that we have, and we'll just put that currency here. Right now we just have 2, but just imagine we put 50, 100, 300, 500, depending on what people would like to trade. And we can vote that every once in a while, but it's not going to be our main feature. Our main feature is actually the training, the assessment, and the coaching. So I just wanted to be able to show you guys that and the progress that we've made on the Federation server, using the Federation service that's available in long term, moving back to having our own Federation server. But that's what's been giving us trouble, but we made it through the hump, but it's delayed us in getting the white paper out. But you guys are seeing progress. Well, at least I hope you're seeing progress that we're making. So we're pushing the white paper out. We'll send you some bits and pieces like in the next day or so. So I'm tired of like kind of pushing this off on you guys like, well, you said you're going to write a white paper. No, I'm showing you progress that we've made in getting us up on Stellar's network, getting the Federation service going. But I know you guys are anxious of getting the white paper, and yes, it is important. But you know, like I mentioned before, we have a very small group of individuals who are contributing. But if you want to contribute, I strongly encourage you to come help us out. Any help will do in messaging, social media, writing articles on Medium, or being able to help recruit individuals into our community, either for helping to develop training or helping to provide consultation and coaching or helping to build out some assessments. I want to be able to give a demonstration of the assessment platform as well, because it's built out on the platform, but yet there's still some functionality and layout issues that we're dealing with in configuring the Federation service. So with that said, let me see. I'm going to pause to see if there are any questions, comments, or concerns. But I do think that we've shown you guys a lot of different. We run into an issue there. Let's do this. Set up the bit, and I'm going to cancel that. Go to that. That's where I want to go. All right, and here, just wanted to show you guys where we are in actually getting onto the Stellar network, having the test network up in place and up and going in a preparation to being able to move to mainnet. Everything's turned out pretty good on the test network. Haven't had any challenges doing trades, issuing accounts, distributing funds, checking balances, and because all of this information is here, and like I mentioned before, it's in the chat, where you got to just click on the link and you can actually explore this yourself, which I strongly encourage you to do. And then once we move to mainnet, we'll make that announcement, and then we'll immediately have that decentralized exchange available for us. We'll have the smart contracting capabilities available for us, and actually the ability to be able to register assets on our blockchain as well. So let me pause to see if there are questions. And right now we don't have any questions. So with that said, at the end of the day, summary once again, the LPC LGS swap and the closeout, is the case. 30 days, we're going to remove LPC LGS from the XChainz platform to start moving your funds off of the XChainz platform. You may end up losing them once we delist from the XChainz platform. We're moving forward with the Stellar network, placing Stellar as well onto our platform, being able to leverage its decentralized exchange and smart contracting capabilities, and its large network of having other projects already integrated into it. We built out the Federation server, but we had some issues internally with it. We're going to bring it online, but in the interim, we're using a Federation service until we're fully online with the Federation server that we built ourselves. We had some hiccups there, which kind of prevented us from fully pushing out the white paper where Colin has made some contributions. I've made my contributions. Niraj is still finishing out his contributions to the white paper and pushing it out. We do have a very small team, very limited resources, but once again, I strongly encourage you guys to help us out. And if you would like to volunteer, let us know. With that said, I'm going to pause and see if Colin has any questions or comments, and then we could close it out from there.
Now, Dan, I think you did a great overview of our relationship and our partnership with Stellar. On my side, no comments. I just want to stress that, as we move to the end of the year, we've done a great job this year of building up XCZ. And in the chat room for YouTube, somebody said that 2020 is going to be a great year. I want to second that. We're looking forward to a great 2020, and we're not going to get there without the full support and help from our community. So let's go. Let's end 2019 strong and have a great start for 2020. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Once again, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you once again with one of my favorite actors on Coming to America. Aha! You guys take care. All right. Let me see.